Hey there, Sagittarius community. So, Tiger's here with a story for this wonderful community. As usual, I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I'm picking up the vibe. And right now, it's a lot. So, there's a spiritual teacher or team. They are reaching out to confirm that they are really, really, really proud of the Sagittarius. And I mean, really, really proud of the Sagittarius in this story. They could be using even cat energy. As you see, I have a little kitty kitty right here. And even yesterday, I had a cat visit me. So, and it was really quick. I've been seeing more cats last week as well. So, what it is there's confirmation that they are recognizing this Sagittarius is healing in multiple dimensions, not just here, but it's along the saying is as above, so as below. I do have a big tree on my shirt. It's for a festival I went to a long time ago, but yes. And that's just the vibe that I'm kind of picking up here. In other words, you have a spiritual audience who is invested in the Sagittarius in this story. A test to the past. And what this means is, Sagittarius, you're being confronted with the shadow side yet again. And this is in different ways. And this shadow side is like, could be being manipulated. I do have a deck that shows there's three energies here at least, and maybe a few others in the background. So what it is you got multiple players, could be the NPCs, and I hate to say this, NPCs are kind of like the really unevolved. They're kind of just they're on autopilot. And what I mean by autopilot is just they're reactive. There is a certain NPC mode to me, non-player character mode in this dimension, where it's just you can almost predict them every time that you talk to them. It's just because you know they're just so reactive. So what it is you have a bunch of NPCs coming up. If we were in Grand Theft Auto, they'd be the rougher ones that's coming up, boom, boom. In real life, they're coming off as individuals, either in your family, could be in your neighborhood, could be coworkers, it could be acquaintances, it could be somewhere that you volunteer at, it could be a grocery store. It's just in the places that you go, you're noticing friction. And what it is you could even have past people coming in and creating friction who you never even talked to for like a few weeks now, or haven't talked to for a few weeks, or haven't even talked to for a few months, a few years. But stuff energetically is hitting the fan. And this is all requiring the Sagittarius in this story to bring out their authentic self. This is that full moon in Aries. This is the new moon in Libra. But then we got the second moon here. What I just said is basically the new moon here is having us take these past lessons that were really hard on ourselves and off balance. And it's asking us to press it, be under that pressure with it, and see the diamond that's in it and get to it and take that diamond and stack it on the other side into our investments into ourselves. And then with the full moon in Aries, why this is amping up is for the evolved people, we're going to have a shift of conscious. All right. You're going to be able to see things from a bigger picture. You're going to understand why you have people acting a fool. It is what it is. They are who they are. Can't hate them for that. Wish the best for them and tell them thank you. Thank you for going on your way and daddle. um, but the reason why this full moon in Aries plays such a special role for Sagittarius in this story is because you're a fire sign, you're the mutable energy, and then you're having this birth of awareness this cardinal energy that's coming up. So you're getting highlighted, and this authentic self is when you have this shift in consciousness, it's going to be that fresh view, because Aries can be an egotistic kind of sign. And for this time around, I wasn't drawn too much to the mythology as I am to the egotistic side. This is why I said unevolved signs are going to act out, and they're going to act out like children who are throwing fits, siblings who want to hurt your feelings because you hurt their feelings, kind of stuff, because they can't process and move on. Not going to lie, it's been a shit show. And it's in all kinds of different areas. But for the people who are shifting, again, that new view is going to be of a child, but it's going to be that new perspective that doesn't have that prejudgment that has been taught to them. It's like you're shedding that skin, putting an end to these old cycles, all these triggers that are being poked at, all this shadow side that is coming up is not going to prevail because you've learned so much and you're ready to come into a new. Ooh, 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 ooh. What's important is don't break the new routine that you have. Whatever it is, with the positive affirmations, taking care of yourself, it is the utmost important. And all your spiritual guide team, myself included, don't forget this is for entertainment purposes. Even the little birdies back there just want you to keep moving forward, want to see you keep healing, want to see you reach that spot in life where you're meant to be. All right. So, yeah, we all want to see you win. Not letting something slip away. Don't overdo it. Oh my goodness, Sagittarius, we're such a zealous energy and we love to go. And when we have something on our mind, man, do we become ablaze. And will we do it till the wheels fall off? With that being said, is don't do it till the wheels fall off, boo-boos. Take your break. Don't risk injuring yourself trying to get to your goal too fast. All right? So let's go ahead and dive into the present. What is it about the present? So a lot of stuff is coming out in reverse. We have all tied up. So there's something that is being let go, and this has to do with a blossoming abundance. It could have been a past abundance that you thought that was meant for you, and being able to see that you deserve more. Now I have this thinking man here. What I'm feeling and what I'm hearing, it had to do with the stagnant energy. This stagnant energy is not for this thinking man. If they were an upright, I would say they would be more on the nice guy. This is the nice guy, right? On this side, this ain't the nice guy. This is the guy who is a block. This is the guy who, or what I'm hearing, leads on. So what it could be is this guy could have been messing with what you thought you were in your abundance at that time. And they were trying to tie you up with some stuff. This doesn't just have to be a guy. This is a they and them. This could be a she. But what I'm getting is you got somebody, what I'm hearing is plotting, was plotting. But let's go ahead. What else needs to come out? This is already interesting because remember, you've been dealing with this, and this kind of confirms it. And I feel like your ancestors here, because I got this dinosaur, this older energy here is confirming that. Oh, I didn't even know. These hostilities, this is what this thinking man is. Yeah, this isn't a good guy here. This isn't a good guy here. This isn't a good guy here because this person right here wanted to keep you stuck, keep you lost, maybe wanted you to pick the wrong choice. This indecision. For some reason, they don't want you to get past them. And then I have this thinking woman. This thinking woman. This thinking woman lands under this abundance. It's weird because they're both connected somehow. How are these two connected? This is really interesting. I'm noticing there's a lot of green energy here. This has to do with the heart chakra. So if I was to say these two right here, this has to do with jealousy, bitterness, holding grudges, lack of empathy. Lack of empathy. And when I say that, I see this one smiling to confirm it. Oh my goodness. So there is a tag teaming happening. What else can we say about this? What is the last message? What is the last it's a lot here. So with this thinking woman, this thinking woman is focused on the garden and the gate, and that this gate is closed. And this creates a big unbalance in a community. Someone's deceit came out, and it had to do with somebody who was holding a coin. There's that cat energy. That cat. So if we go to the Queen of Coins energy, if I remember right, she's a very giving mother. She's a very giving person. She's fair. She's even what is it? She's stable. She's grounded. She has, like, she would be the nurturer, the true nurturer. That everybody's a nurturer, but this one is a more earthly nurturer. I think of Mother Earth when I think of, say, the Queen of Coins. This one is a very intuitive one. This one is at home. At home. And I would say in more than one realm. But a lot of it has to do with nature too. And what they wanted with this woman with the coin here is they did not want her to find the healer of the ages. They didn't want this person to heal this community. This is crazy how this came out. So I looked up some of these angels and stuff. I didn't get to finish my board yet because I went down at uh, demon and angel. What is it? Rabbit hole. And I popped up with some interesting stuff. And this healer card, it really talks about the healer, and they even portray the one prophet, the one person. I like to say prophet and stuff like that because I'm non-dominant. Jesus. So I mean, this could be, I think, even Muhammad, Moses. I can't remember all the prophets, but even I would say Buddha was a prophet. But that's just my opinion. Still a novice and stuff. So the healer of the ages. This is a powerful being brings a force of ancient wisdom and profound healing. The divine consciousness pours from their hands and heart, flowing to you with powerful healing intention. This entity, this energy brings resolutions to physical, mental, and emotional ills, helping to unblock stuck energy and revitalize your life force. Oh my goodness, we just felt something out. So, a part of what you're dealing with now, obviously, you've been dealing with this on some level as well, whether the Sagittarius in this story sees it or not. But there is definitely masculine and effeminate. Or I would even put this out is it could be one person who is heavily balanced in both masculine and feminine, but as equally both sides are flipped. Oh my goodness gracious. Sagittarius. I'm just going to say there's three people here. I said there was probably three people. See, and then there's a few others on the side. Woo! This is why, and I'm hearing the applause. This is why your angels are applauding. This is why your ancestors are applauding the Sagittarius in this story. They are so proud. You have been going above and beyond to overcome this. And you've been doing it, dare I say it, with style and grace. So much style and grace, you're attracting stuff to you. Why? Because you're vibing with it in a sense. These animals, they vibe on another frequency. They really do. And right here, I have pop out. We're going to start the present with the world. Right here. We have a person here in this world who is just right there. They're in that blossoming, they're in that star energy. They have the subconscious aligning with the conscious right there. See the moon above the crown? So definitely there's a lining of energies. It's almost like they are their own light. So with the world card, let's see, what does the world card represent? The world card is Saturn energy. Saturn shows much about how we seek security, where we resist change. It's also, since we're going to Saturn, it's Capricorn. But didn't Saturn used to be Aquarius? And Aquarius is I know, Capricorn is I use. Cardinal, fix. So going between a new start and being fixed in something kind of energies right here. So, and this is where you've really invoked, okay, now it's time to put an end to something. So with this world here, that you're having a completion. I would say if this is the first card that's popping up, this is confirming that a completion is coming. What else needs to come out for the present? Something that we don't see. We have this Eight of Swords. So it lands on the community. A little bit of this deceit, this yin and yang energy in reverse having to do with these two or this one person, is they were trying to create a block. Create a block. I can't remember if Sagittarius was a dancing chicken or if somebody else was a dancing chicken when I did these stories. But they didn't want they didn't want the Sagittarius to get something. What else needs, well, I'm hearing a clarity card for that question. What is it for this Eight of Swords? What is it? What did these energies want to have blocked? They didn't want a contract to be over with. They wanted to take everything that this Sagittarius had. They didn't want the Sagittarius to get over this inner conflict. This could be happening in a 3D. This could be happening in an energetic realm. This Sagittarius doesn't know it, but what I'm hearing is there has been kind of an energetic warfare going on. So I'm going to read them all because they come out in reverse. So to clarify the Eight of Swords, I have the Seven of Wands in reverse. Be decisive. Confusion will be your greatest enemy. You give in to the demands of others. You let others make decisions for you that are not in your best interest because you are afraid to challenge their authority. You will live with regrets of this action for a long time. Cover all the bases and give yourself several options. So you got out of this, but this is where they wanted you confused. Remember, we're talking about the Eight of Swords energy. Now we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Fighting over profit. Who gets credit on projects leads to failure. Watch out for someone who is envious. No one will compromise. Selfish and preoccupied with profit and personal achievement will prevail. Putting individual needs above those of the group dooms new project. Conflict at work or home. Yeah, of course, if somebody's being selfish and these ones want everything that you got or want something, there's something here. I don't know what it is, But like I said, you coming in as this Queen of Coins, and there's some here. What is it? So this Nine of Pentacles, let's see what it is. Theft, embezzlement, mismanagement of funds. Be very cautious with money and investments. Possible loss of home. Do not refinance or borrow against home. Move or relocate very cautiously. Loss of luxury items. Do not spend money right now. So what they're doing is they're messing with the finances somehow. I don't know what it is, but they don't want you to get out of this contract. They don't want you to get over this confusion. They want what you've been working hard for. Whatever you've been building, whatever courage, whatever's been coming to fruit, somebody is very envious of that. It could be that the Sagittarius in this story is really starting to make leeway in their career. This person could be doing something new within the family, and you got another family member who's not liking it. And as I say that, I have the star that comes out in reverse. They're not liking it. For some reason, they don't want to see you in harmony. They don't want. What I hear is there's a plot, and it's underhanded in a sense. I have that black Newman there. So the black Newmans are representing them when they're going extinct, but they're still showing up at the altar. And when I was talking about they don't want this Sagittarius to have something in particular, it has to do with the wish fulfillment, a certain way of going. Maybe it could be a certain inner peace, certain abundance. It could be emotionally, but it could be also giftly gained. What I mean in giftly gained is other people could see how much work is being put in, and they want to, what I'm hearing is reciprocate whatever it is. They want to show you appreciation. But this appreciation, see, this person doesn't want it. They would rather you be here with this just Six of Pentacles, going off on your own, just working on your own fair time and all this stuff. There's something that, what I'm hearing is they can't defeat you, but what they're trying to do now is to make it look like you're out on your own. Like you're the oddball out, even though they can't say that you are doing it poorly when it comes to ethical, when it comes to moral ways, because you're so fair with stuff. You attract stuff. You can't say somebody is this ridiculously awful human and they have a cat walking up to them. That's the best way to show it. They can't say you're an awful person when you open doors for others. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to attack like, oh, she's emotionally insecure, something like this. She's not fair this way. She's quick this way. But in a sense, you're so fair in another way. They can only dull your shine in one way, in a sense. And this is probably what's going to lead up to the shadow work is in the emotions. Let's go ahead and see what else wants to come out. I have a big player here. This big player is really focused. I have an emperor who's really focused. They're focused because for some reason they couldn't get you to follow their traditions, the Hierophant. And you overcame whatever they were doing, whatever it is that they were trying to bring in your way. That sneakiness, this isn't a good snake, I would say. This would be more of the snake that is going to get somebody caught up. They couldn't sit here and pull the wool over your eyes. And what I'm hearing is like the three little pigs. It's like you heard that story and you already knew the home built of sticks is going to be all right, but it's not a sturdy foundation. And they're upset about that. So this could be somebody who was trying to put you in a certain position, and the best way I could describe it, it would have been a what is that? A third party situation. Excuse me, let me get some water because they don't want me to talk about this. Hold on. Okay, so the best way to describe it is they try to put you in a third party situation. You being gifted, aligned, trying to move forward in balance and groundedness in yourself, seeing this emotional, catastrophic, toxic offer that they were trying to offer you. What I could say is for you, you didn't take the bait because you seen if you took the bait, whatever would have been built with them would have been faulty. That's a Sagittarius knowing not to waste times. This person looked really good. This person looked really good. Where this one would take action, this one wouldn't take action. They wouldn't, it was like they wouldn't take the right action. They were falling on some kind of tradition for the Sagittarius in this story to fall in line. So this would be the masculine side of the energy, because the feminine side of the energy is the one who is, what I'm hearing is trying to manipulate things behind the closed doors. Manipulate things, I would say, energetically, whereas you had the masculine trying to do it in the person, in the 3D. Ooh, and if it's one person, they're doing it both ways. Damn, are you their hobby? Oh man, Sagittarius, no wonder why they are so proud of you, your audience, your spiritual audience, because they're watching all this happen. They are watching all this happen. Something that you don't see and are confused about is the Ten of Pentacles. This has to do with the star. This has to do with that emotional balance coming in, that fair cup as well. That the fairness in where you go, I would say. This is what they're trying to play at. This is the intentions that they're playing at. So the best way, I'm hearing one more card. Here we go. The best way I can describe this energetically. When I was working with somebody the other day, I was working on a shoulder area. And as I went through the rest of the body, I didn't pick up certain energy till I got to this shoulder area. And when I picked up this shoulder area energy, I noticed my thoughts went to frustrations. It went to frustrations around my employer, around my employment, all this stuff. And I couldn't figure out, why am I having this? Why is this coming to me? I'm actually doing really good. I'm fine where I'm at. I'm grateful. I'm very grateful. I'm grateful for this person. I'm grateful to be able to come in. So after everything ended and I was talking to him, I was able to bring up the pain in their shoulder, the pain in their neck, especially on the one side. And I was like, this could be tied to work related issues. And if you're having a hard time at work, this is why you're getting this all stress bound up right here, because we can store stress in certain areas of our body. But it was neat because I was able to check in and say, this is not me. And be able to say, okay, let me filter this out. I have it incoming. I acknowledge it. Let's go. So saying that is you can have certain energy be projected just depending on a person's concentration, depending on the emotional focus. And what it is you could find yourself in and out of your day questioning how you felt things, questioning how you pull things together, not just with yourself, but with others. And I want you to really, really know this is your team telling you this is why they're sending you messages right now through others and through animals. Particularly, it could be cats to let you know that you are doing good and not to feed into this energy here. Whoa, ho, ho, this is interesting. Holy moly. Let's go to the block. All right. So we have the Crow's deck out. Dun, dun, dun. So, like I said, we're going to be doing the shadow side here. Sometimes these images can be graphic, like I have a graphic one right here. And it isn't graphic in the sense of like adult stuff, but it's graphic in the sense is that it's not gory with blood, but it's a darker image. This is why I like to use it for the shadow side, is because sometimes it does feel like the shadow side is pulling us apart. And I appreciate both light and darker artwork. So, and I've seen the ravens today. I've heard the ravens calling. I was watching a different channel and there was even one calling on there. So I was like, let's do it. It's definitely some shadow side stuff. So before we start with the shadow side, let's see what this last card was. So that the card that lands on the Seven of Wands and the Three of Pentacles in reverse is this King of Pentacles. What I'm hearing is Sagittarius is sitting in this King of Pentacles. Whoever these are, they're not sitting in the King of Pentacles, but for some reason you bring yourself back to the groundedness. It's almost like you're bored. You're bored of the antics, and you could feel it coming, but also it's like the fact that you're not reacting. You don't have to throw your stability. You don't have to do this. And this is, I guess, this is what would confirm that your spiritual team and audience is really, really happy about, is because you're not reacting to any of this. And I don't have you as a reactive energy in any of this. And this will really say that you're kind of sitting back and you're going with the flow and you're watching these things happen. Here we have this King of Pentacles with a bird upon their shoulder. You are listening to your guides. You're observing when your guides are popping up, or you're going to be for the Sagittarius in this story. All right. So, what is it that needs to come out for the shadow side? What is it? So, the reason why this could even affect your outcome, because remember, we don't want something to slip away, is it has to do with the emotional release. I have the Devil card here, and then I have the Seven of Wands again in reverse. This is really stepping out of a South Node energy of people pleasing. What I would say, it's the direct thing is don't worry about the crowd, because the crowd is what's been chaining you back. If the Sagittarius in this story is very empathic, then it could be not letting those kind of emotions of others dull your shine. This is where your authentic self is really gonna help pull you out of this block. What else needs to come out for the block? And this is you being confused on the contracts at times when you're trying to take this stand and observe things. And you're trying to see how this filled your cup as this royalty, as this royal view. What is it? You keep going back and forth in the emotions. Does it have to do with this heart chakra a little bit? Does it have to do with the root chakra? Maybe there's a fear of letting go, of fear of there could be a lack of creativity. There could be the fear of letting go of the grudge. There could be just the fear of not knowing what's on the other side of this. For some reason, we do. We can get afraid of letting go of things. And I feel like whatever this fear is around whatever this situation is that's tugging at the triggers or the shadow side, it has to do with this emotional fear. Maybe you have this view as that you're not this compassionate person. It could be that this view is somehow still that you have this part to play in this, when all reality, the part to play was that you untied yourself from this and they are still pursuing. I want to clear a card for that Queen of Cups. Clear a card because she is a nurturer, she is a mother. So it it takes us back to the Six of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, to the Devil, to the Seven of Wands, and to the Star. And we have the Moon in reverse. Creativity and imagination are accompanied by dark moods and depression, possible creative block, failed examination or test, lack of clear thinking, trust others' opinions, follow their advice and learn from their experiences, inability to study, take break from education. Again, what we were talking about, don't overwork yourself to where you block yourself from this. And this could be overworking yourself in a sense so you don't have to feel something, so you don't have to fully process something. That's why it's so important to keep up this routine of self-care that you have been doing to get past this type of energy. All right. So what else needs to come out for the block? Ooh. So they're playing a lot of tricks. A lot of tricks into the ghosts of the past, into the things that you thought you could once trust. This is why, and what I'm seeing is your spiritual team is sitting here with the popcorn, just completely amazed at the Sagittarius, that you are overcoming all of these different NPCs coming at you and hitting different triggers on you. But the thing is you, for this Sagittarius in this story, you're stuck on autopilot. And when you slow down a little bit and you're able to take care of yourself, you're not going to be so much at risk of injury, so much as at risk as mishaps, so much as risk as accidents, incidences, and stuff like that. Because you're going to have your energy, your chi, more focused instead of scattered. And I think this is what this is trying to explain here, is just ground yourself in this, and it's going to be one task at a time right now. And this is just going to follow this new moon, full moon, and second moon energy here. They want to see the tortoise in the race, being able to take that one step at a time and fully observe what's happening. I'm hearing one last card for this block. Anything else want to come out for the block? Yeah, it's this fast movement, this always looking up, not really seeing what you're doing. You're looking at the opposite sometimes of the guidance. Be careful, slow down, observe what's happening. Observe, take time to observe. You might notice something. You might pick up something new. Ooh, this is interesting. This is very interesting. I'm curious because before we go off, I don't want to sit here and give these people too much credit. But what's going to happen? What's going to happen for these others? So that fell out my root chakra. So these people are operating in anxiety, insecurity, fear, restlessness because they can't produce that new way of going for themselves, the new mindset. They're stuck in their heads about things they wish they could have, or maybe things that they did achieve but never pursued themselves. Never pursued themselves. What's going to be the outcome, though, for them? This is interesting. The outcome for them doesn't really speak about them. Unless it does. Unless that this outcome for this one is that they're going to end up learning a lesson. This is going to be a lesson of what a person can achieve, how a person can unblock, because this person lands here on this community, and this is a King of Pentacles, and this King of Pentacles is looking directly at this woman with the coin. Something's going to come to balance that was imbalanced for this person. Whatever it was that they were trying to get, whatever outcome that they were trying to manipulate, it's actually going to flip. Somehow it's going to flip, and someone else is going to come out the other end with some lessons learned on how to be a better person. It's like they see what they put you through for the Sagittarius in this story. And there's some realizations that they're going to come to. They wouldn't have seen it if it wasn't for you, because you're a rarity. You're a rarity. And they wouldn't have invested so much, both of these energies, or whoever this one is, they wouldn't have invested so much into you if they really didn't think that you was holding the world. In a sense, they really thought that they could get over on you, and because that they can't get over on you, you're providing them with a big gift, a big gift, a big awakening that nobody, there's some here that you taught them, one of them at least, that nobody has ever taught them. So, wow. It's orchestrated. It's really orchestrated. You can be a big lesson for somebody and not even know it. I think I've had a few people come up to me and they tell me, you know what, because of what you were doing or what you did, this or what you told me, this changed this changed me. This changed my outlook. This made me feel like I could do it or I can do it. And because of you, I'm taking steps to take care of myself. And I get teary-eyed because that is one of my missions in life, is to help people. And that's all I want. That is all I want. I actually just had somebody come up to me the other day, talking about some steps that they're taking to help themselves. And they were telling somebody some stuff about me, and it was just very complimenting. So I know I'm not the only Sagittarius out there who are teaching others. And sometimes we don't understand why these situations, these communities have it out. And if you look at the centaur, what was it, the centaur Crowan? Um, he was a healer. He was a philosopher. He was a teacher. He was he a warrior? I want to say so because all centaurs are a warrior in a sense. This is why, and so many other reasons, why he trained so many heroes, why they dedicated a constellation of this centaur for Sagittarius. It's really beautiful if you get to know the centaur and who that energy was that kind of represents the Sagittarius. Not kind of, it's a big part of the Sagittarius frequency. We are natural teachers. Sometimes lessons are learned at our expense. And, it's like that Gandhi quote, be the change you wish to see in the world. You never know. You never know who's watching and you never know who's teaching you. So, to start off the conclusion, we have the first card. And this tells me that we're at odds ends. Sagittarius, what are we at odds ends with? When I surrender my will to the care of spirit and the universe, I align my energy with the ever-present flow of happiness. There's that word again, surrender. It's not a bad word. I promise this is the good one. Slow down. Don't race away your life trying to get away from what's happening now. Because what's happening now is the build up to tomorrow or the day after. Let's experience the ride to the fullest and get the most out of it so we can't look back and say, hey, we missed something. We don't want to have regrets. Everybody has regrets. Yes, 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 at times. But we also can move past those regrets and transform them, transmute them into gratefulness, into appreciation. So something that the Sagittarius doesn't see in this story, and they're kind of at odds ends with when it comes to this emperor, who they've taught a very good lesson to. To start practicing, I have to get out of the way and let the spirits guide me. I think that has to do with that heart chakra. When it's going in that other direction, it's out of balance. That jealousy, bitterness, holding grudges, lack of empathy. I know people are assholes. I know we don't like to create excuses for assholes, but there's a reason why this one's an asshole. And that reason is completely on them. When you surrender that, and you can forgive them and be thankful that you were the grand lesson in their life, that they couldn't get one over on you, then heck yeah, you're going to be proud of yourself. You're going to see the work that you have been doing. All right, let's see what else wants to come out. I slow down and listen to the sounds I can hear. Slow down. Take a break. Take a mental break. And just be in the moment. Be in that moment. You may feel something new when you're in that moment. I know that the highest good is coming to me. You got to believe it subconsciously. You got to believe it in your emotions. You got to believe it so that you can get unattached. Unattached from whatever this energy brought out. Whatever triggers, whatever anxieties, whatever fear. And see that you are achieving, you are building, you are showing up, not just for yourself, but for others. You are one bad mama jamma. All right. Something we don't see and we're at conflict with. My true security lies in my ability to align with the love of the universe. That's going to come again at slowing down. Slowing down, creating those positive affirmations to yourself still. Maybe journaling out, maybe having a good conversation with somebody who's more of a mentor. Maybe slowing down and hearing the compliments and not deflecting them, but welcoming them. Hearing how people appreciate you and how you come in. Because again, you have this other energy who's trying to create something else. They're trying to get at this Sagittarius. All right, so last one. Last card. What is the last message for the Sagittarius? Something that Sagittarius is at odds ends with. And it could be that they are influencing this because we have this fall in the age of the healer here is focus my attention on thriving things and create more of what I want. So I will explain that one. I was feeling this the other day. So what happens when you have an immature person come in and knock off that healing that you've been doing and your focus goes from not healing but onto their drama, what they're trying to bring in, and what I can say, what suffering they're trying to leave at your door for you to carry. When you focus on them, you focus on your reactions. When you focus on what they're telling you, you're going to wear it and you're going to get further away from that healing. But when you move forward and you don't react to them with bitterness, with hate, with a grudge, you're going to see this creativity in it. You're going to see how this is going to blossom you, but how this is also going to ignite that inner light. How this is going to soothe those inner emotions that you have on that subconscious level. I mean, Sagittarius, I'm not telling you to hold your tongue when somebody comes in. What I'm saying is, and what all of this is saying, is stand in your power. But standing in your power requires you to be sound of mind, sound of the heart, sound of the spirit, all of that. And I say sound of because we can be rocked so much by so many people coming in that we are just like almost ready to combust. And you keep poking at a Sagittarius. A Sagittarius doesn't let you poke at them 3 times. You're lucky you got to poke at them the first time. There's that type of energy, that Samuel L. Jackson kind. I don't know if he's a Sagittarius, but some of the characters he plays reminds me of Sagittarius energy, especially the one in Pulp Fiction. Quick to react and assert how they feel and mean it. You can do it, but you can do it in that intellectual philosopher way. Somebody want to come at you acting sideways, you know what? Give them a taste of their own medicine, but do it in a smart way. That's all I can say. Do it in a smart way and be thankful for them because they're just showing you who they are. When you react to somebody, when you start to react to them with just a straight out wanting to dominate the conversation, it never works. When you react coming from the heart, coming from standing in your place of power of who you are, it's going to work out better for you. Because when a person holds on to bitterness, to hate, to wanting to, what is the word? Bitterness, hate, seek revenge through words. I don't know if anybody's had siblings. A lot of us have had siblings. You ever have siblings fight with each other? They go back and forth. Cousins, they'll go back and forth. And it's a tier level. Who can I sit here? Who could be on top? Who can make the other one feel like the other one or worse? This is what adults do. This is what it does. So when these NPCs show up acting a fools, how can you be smarter than them? How can you outsmart them and still stand in your place of power and not do it in a mean way? Do it in a complete positive love, light, and compassion way. Because that's what's always going to win. The truth always prevails and it always comes to light. Whatever this community is, whoever these two are right here, they so mad because they can't get in. And they was really doing some work. They was doing some work. But the whole thing is they don't even hold a candle in your wind, so to say, even though this is they can't hold a candle to your fire, I should say. Because you're on a whole nother level. A whole nother level. Now recognizing that level and having that new outlook, that fresh outlook in who you are, Sagittarius, in this story, and knowing that you are the narrator, the character, the person who runs their story. Besides divine and universal energy, I mean, you can't trump them, but yeah. So this was fun. I like this a lot. Thank you so much for hanging out. And make sure to thank your angels, divine, universal, as well as your ancestors and your spirit guides. Like I said, this isn't all me right here. This is them right here as well. Wanting to know that they're here and they are proud. So thank you so much for hanging out. And I hope you enjoy this. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.